All right, doing a review of a shelving, 5-tier shelving situation here. Pretty clear, explanatory. I didn't use no instructions. Of course, I do mechanic work, fabricating stuff, so I could look at it and tell how it went together. It's not too bad. You got these sleeves that connect your two tall pieces together. You can set, I guess, if you didn't want it that high, you could set two of them off. Let me zoom out here. But you could set it off and make two of them, I guess. But mine is going to be that high. The way I got my shelves situated, yeah, that's better. I live in a garage apartment, so until my house is built. So this is what I'm using to put all my stuff on and all that good stuff. All this stuff will go over into my house once it's built. This will probably go in the pantry area. One little advice that I'm going to give you: always make sure your small eyelets on the bottom go down, and your rails always go on the inside. And there's a flat spot that your thing's flat, so that has to go up, so it's flat. So make sure you do that. It's pretty easy. Top one. And another thing is I'll recommend is make sure you leave a foot space, at least go up to. That way, you know what I mean, you can sweep underneath that if you want to. If you live in a garage apartment like I do with a concrete floor, you're going to have to worry about moisture. Moisture is going to be your worst enemy when it comes to this setup, because these come uncoated. Now, I did coat mine. That's why they look dark brown, not light brown. What I used it's called Rust X. Can't hardly find this stuff anymore. The company's still around, but I don't think they sell this to individuals anymore. It's called a rust converter. So I'd say you can buy cheaper off eBay or something. Somebody's selling some, but it's kind of a brown look, like a chocolate milk collar, and it goes on. It just darkens it just a little bit. It just the tint, but when it dries, it turns into plastic, like a plastic, and it does make these boards more rigid. I did the bottoms. As you can see, I did the bottom and the top, and what I did is I just used a box, put them down in the box, and coated them, all that good stuff, and then put them on here. I let them dry and just kept working the stuff in it. I didn't put a whole lot on it because that stuff soaks in. It's almost like water. It's that thin. If you don't want to use that stuff, I recommend you using some kind of oil-based paint, something to repel water. Do not use water-based paint, oil-based paint. Spray paint would even work. I mean, anything to keep the water from going into this is fiberboard. It's really cheap. So, and you may even have a spare OSB or something that you could probably slip down in there and it'd hold a lot better, hold a lot more weight, because your beam is only in the center. So if you sit something real heavy right here between the two supports, it's going to start to sink, especially with moisture. Any garage, if you're putting this in a garage, if you're putting this in a basement, you're going to have moisture issues. If you're in a humid climate, you're going to have moisture issues. This will start to warp. It'll start to bow down. It's going to happen. You do have these little protective things. Make sure you put that on the top, and you got some on the bottoms. Now, when you get this thing, if you get the 72-inch high, this one's 48 inches long, and I believe it's 18 inches deep. It is heavy in the box. It's not light at all. I mean, it's not going to be like you're going to be able to, you know, if you can't lift over 50 pounds, I would definitely advise getting help. I picked it up just fine. It is heavy, but yeah, and then a rubber mallet or something. Make sure you hit on the inside, like on this side. Don't go directly in the middle, because these do flex a lot, and you may end up bending that. So make sure you tap down right here. It isn't a bad shelving. Once you get it set up, it's pretty daggone sturdy. I don't see it falling over, but You want to put your heaviest items, of course, going to be on the bottom. See, you can see, I'll put my foot on it. I mean, it definitely, that wood gives. I mean, you can see it, look, it gives. So it's not going to hold a lot of weight, but you can put something in the center and hold it, but that's only going to hold so much. So a nice piece of OSB or what do you call it? Plywood would definitely be helpful. What would have helped with this thing here is if they would have put another one right here. Let me see if I can't zoom out or whatever. Put another one right here, support, and another support here. That would have helped. So, I mean, these things are pretty flimsy. You could make one of them out of sheet metal. But that's basically all there is. Like I said, I didn't use no instructions, so just dead blow hammer, that's what I use. You can use just regular old rubber mallet. But you can see the collar, how kind of a tint, darker tint than it is. When you get the wood, the panels, they're pretty much the color of that cardboard. And the stuff that I put on there, it just darkens it a little bit. Plus you can pour water on that and it does not soak in. Like so. It will repel that. But that's one thing you got to keep in mind, is water is going to be your worst enemy. So, and this stuff probably isn't dry all the way. It did actually, well, that tells you right there, it did actually take on some water because this stuff I just put it on. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. But it should last a long while. Yeah, it should. I should have let it dry a little bit longer, but it'll be fine. You can see the streaks in it. So, but it did make it more rigid. It did. So, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.